Hey y'all, what's going on, man? This your boy Caseyville, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes. Um, Before I do my review, I wanted to talk about the out, out of nowhere release of Toni Storm. She was released from WWE earlier today, and apparently it was a mutual thing. She asked for a release, and apparently it was granted. Um, Listen, folks, the handwriting was on the wall with her. The fact that she was infused with Charlotte Flair and they were pieing each other in the face, it just shows you, which is very surprising for somebody like Vince McMahon. I mean, the young lady is Vince McMahon's cup of tea, if you get my drift. She is his cup of tea. What do I mean? Blonde hair, blue eyes, this is what he likes, right? This is the prototype. This is what he likes. The fact that he didn't go do anything with her, she's gone. Well, everybody know where she finna end up. And I did not know that she was very tight with Britt Baker because, excuse me, Britt Baker had posted a picture of the two of them. I think they was at Universal Studios, Florida. And so that should tell you all you need to know. So when the timing is right, whenever, I'm not sure about her status. If she is a free agent, maybe she could show up next week. I don't know. But as of right now, she's a free woman. Like I said, it is what it is, man. When it comes to WWE, man, y'all should know the game. Y'all should know how things work in the E. Vince McMahon has... Listen, I talk so much about him not booking us right. He just has absolutely no desire to book nobody right. None whatsoever. He doesn't care anymore. He's not in the business of making excellent wrestling shows anymore. Still, he doesn't care. So, I wish this young lady the best. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. I wasn't the biggest Toni Storm guy. I wasn't big on her, man. I seen a couple of matches from her. And I think, okay, let me tell you something. I think it was the fact that they pushed her as a heel. I was used to her as a baby face. So I think the heel run is kind of what killed my whole vibe for her and everything. Is she a good wrestler? Yes. I think she would be an excellent asset to the AEW women's division. I believe so. Now, like I said, when the time comes, come on through. Come on through, you know what I'm saying? So I'm pulling forward whenever that time is. So anyway, this your boy Caseyville, King Self for Life. Hit my intro. You getting ready to hear? So I'm going off on tonight's episode. I'm going off, and you're gonna hear exactly why I'm going off. So hit the intro. I'll let you boy.
This is a Lion and Brian Beats production.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Casey Phil King Self for Life Wrestling the Takes. This is my AEW Dynamite New Year's Smash Night 1 result review. You know, sometimes I really dislike AEW. I dislike some of the things that they do that I constantly see that they just don't want to change. I've told TK time and time again, quit putting everybody and their mama's mama on the television show just because you got to do something like that. You do not have to do that. All these freaking multi-man matches are uncalled for. Who's asking for this, man? What goofy in the IWC is asking for 50 million multi-man matches on one show? Listen, man, I saw tonight's episode and I can't wait to go in on Brandi Rhodes. Cause look, the show was already going downhill from there. And then when we got to her, I said, oh my goodness. I'm talking about you killed the whole vibe of the show, and we haven't even got to the picture match that you see before you, which I personally think for me was the best thing on the show. And I don't give a crap what nobody got to say. I'm going to give you my reasons why I felt it was the best thing on the show. Is Jay title ready? Heck to the freaking no. But I'll tell you when that time comes. But all these freaking multi-man tag team matches and all this bull crap, TK, you're going to have to cut this buffoonery out. You got to cut. Going into the new year, as we can't be doing this. This is uncalled for. This buffoonery is uncalled for. I'm not having it, man. I'm tired of it. I see this foolishness happening over and over and over and over again. And TK's like, hey, this is great television. This fool said, look here, we leaving TNT. I'm not even going to give it. I didn't even try. The Bozo didn't even try to give us a decent go-home show as we leave. God, this is the final showing on TNT. You're trying to get a new audience. People probably watched this show tonight and they said, I'm not watching this buffoonery. I don't give a crap about this trash. Because tonight was utter trash. It was utter trash. I don't care if this match, MJF or CM Punk tried their best to have decent segments. This show was hot garbage. I tried my best to get into everything that I saw, and tonight it just wasn't it. And I said, man, how in the world do you go off like this? I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm serious. I'm very serious right now. I know I'm gonna have a lot of people that's upset with me. I know a whole bunch of y'all that know who I am. I know some of y'all gonna really be tripping about this, but it is what it is. I watched the show and I sat back and I said, what in the world is this buffoonery that's being presented on television? Because it was utter garbage. Uncalled for buffoonery, uncalled for to the fullest. Let's go ahead and dive into the show. Oh, and JR's back. Kudos to him. He's out of remission, cancer free, thank God. Listen, folks, this is JR's final run. I'm not sure how long he has to continue to do this, but JR is going to officially call it a day. I'm just not sure when, but it was good to see him. He came there, he did what he had to do, and, that's that. We open up the show with this uncalled for, no storyline driven, just, hey, let's put this on the show because I got to have everybody in the mama on the show match. We got a Jurassic Express Christian Cage with the Lucha Brothers versus FTR, Private Party, and Matt Hardy. This was Spot Fest infested. And did I give a dang about anything that happened on this match? Nope. We just needed to do something to try to get people invested in not FTR, the Lucha Bros versus Jurassic Express. FTR and them actually won because Penta and Christian wasn't seeing eye to eye. So that's that. There was just a lot of buffoonery that was happening in this match. You couldn't really. This is why I say one of the major reasons I hate multi-man matches. I can't focus on what the heck is going on because it's just too much buffoonery going on at one time. It's too much Cartoon Network, Cartoon Theater, Nickelodeon / Disney Channel going on. I can't focus on it. It's just too much. It's too much. I'm like just buffoonery at the buffoonery at the buffoonery. Ain't nothing going on. Just a spot fest. That's all it was. And you expect me to say that this was excellent? Heck to the freaking no. FTR and them ended up getting the victory. So after the match, you know, like I said, they trying to tell a story. I really didn't give no rest behind about it. I'm sorry. I watched it and I saw that mess. And I said, you know what, man, this show right here, man. You opening up the show with this, and look, Jacksonville, Daly's Place. You know what, man? I'm sorry, man, but I can't stand Daly's Place. I cannot stand Daly's Place for the life of me. I just can't. It's after what we had to deal with in 2020. I just can't, man. I really can't. Oh boy. So we get to the next multi-man match. 2.0 with Daniel Garcia versus Eddie Kingston and Santana Ortiz. Now, I was expecting Eddie Kingston and Santana and them to win. Nope. Daniel Garcia actually rolled up Santana. So after the match, 2.0 and Daniel Garcia was beating the brakes off of Eddie Kingston, Santana Ortiz, right? They going crazy on commentary, sounding real silly. Who come back? Jericho comes back, comes out there to beat the brakes off of him. Next thing you know, Eddie Kingston and him is getting into it. Ortiz is trying to separate his two homies. Like, bro, what the heck is you doing? That's the enemy right there. Why you two? He talk about, man, I need your help. He's like, man, I'm coming to save my boy. He said, no, these are my boys. So basically, the beef is going to be over Proud and Powerful. That's basically what the beef is. I knew the beef was coming, but the beef is going to be over the friendship of Proud and Powerful, who everybody and their mama want to be going up for the tag team titles right now. So we got the decent promo from MJF talking about how Sting and Darby and all of them and CM Punk, they're all cowards, they're all punks. He's the best. He said he's looking forward towards the bidding war of 2024. He said what Sting did to him, he said the other professional wrestling company wouldn't tolerate no mess like that. So as he's talking about CM Punk and all this stuff, he then turns over to Wardlow. And apparently I guess MJF is gunning for the TNT title now. He said he wants the TNT title and he wants the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. And so Mark Sterling out the woodwork. I was like, what is this fool doing? Ain't he supposed to be hanging out with Jay? What he doing? He came out the woodwork and said that Wardlow, you're going to have to beat this guy for MJF to get a potential TNT title shot and all that. I'm like, I was trying to, make sense of what they was trying to tell. And listen, y'all do know, like I keep saying, Wardlow does not want to be with them. You can see it on his face. He just looks like he's just doing the job. He does not want to be there. He doesn't. So we get to his matchup. His matchup versus, I don't know if this dude is from Jacksonville. He just looked like they just found this guy just chilling at a gas station. Say, hey, man, you want to get paid to wrestle? Sure. Got in the ring. Colin Delaney went against Wardlow with Sean Spears in his corner. It was just a beat down, just like how it happened to my man Sean Dean last week. Colin Delaney just got beat down. Powerbomb after powerbomb after powerbomb. Wardlow wins. So that's that. And then, Sean Spears had to beat the brakes off him with the chair. So as he walked off, Wardlow was still standing there, but then he finally came along. I'm telling you, he don't want to be there no more. He don't want to be with MJF. He don't want to be in the Pinnacle no more. The time is going to come. Just not now, but the time is going to come. So backstage, we got Adam Cole, the Bucks, Fish, Kyle O'Reilly. And you can tell that there is confrontation. You can tell it's an uneasiness going on. The Bucks said that Kyle O'Reilly didn't speak, and he said y'all didn't speak either, and all this stuff. So they greeted him and everything. And so he told them, he said, "Listen, fellas, I love y'all, but he said this ain't about y'all. This is about me, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish." Then, it's basically Undisputed Era minus the current cruiserweight champion right now over in NXT, Roderick Strong, minus him. So Bobby Fish walks off. He said, look, this is between y'all two. So Kyle O'Reilly, he looked at Adam Cole. He said, "Look, man, I know we haven't seen eye to eye. I know we got some bad blood. We got some heat. But tonight, it's you and me. I got your back. Do you have my back?" Adam Cole looked at him. He said, "Y'all, the tension of the storyline of this, if it's one bright spot, I'll give him this. This was one bright spot that I liked. I told you, there is tension going on. I like this tension because it's going to come down to loyalty. Who's loyal to who? That is what it's going to come down to. You see, Kenny Omega ain't there right now. So they're going to play along with this for a while. So get ready because we about to go on a bumpy ride." So then we got to, by far, the worst segment on the entire show. Now, I like Dan Lambert. I like Ethan Page. I like Scorpion Sky. They out there, they trying. So, in other words, check this out. Cody is still going to try to play this babyface that we know dang well he ain't no babyface, but he's trying to play it. They're going to use Dan Lambert and his goons to try to get heat against him. So what did they do? They was disrespecting his wife. And I'm sitting up here saying to myself, Dan Lambert said that she was a stripper and all that. And I'm saying, you know what, man? I think Brandi's going to come out. Now, in the past, Brandi was a decent promo. Decent. In ring, head to the freaking no. I am not trying to see on the ring. Promo, she can cut a promo here and there. The buffoonery that she tried when she went back and forth with Dan Lambert, I was sitting there like, what in the world did TK agree to by allowing her to go back out there and do this? She going back and forth with Dan. Dan talk about he's a black belt and all this, and he wants to beat the brakes. He's talking about everybody watching wants to smack you and beat you down, all this stuff. She thought she was speaking, jive, but she thought she was speaking facts or something. She said, "You might be a black belt. Well, I'm a black female dog." Listen, folks. You know the emoji where the guy puts his face on his head, which is the shaking my head emoji. His palms, his hand in his face. I did that. I literally did that. I did that, and I said, who in the world was Brandi Rhodes trying to impress? Who in the world was she trying to impress? Because she sure didn't impress me. And I saw a whole lot of people on the timeline very mixed on that promo. Very. A lot of people was open and they said that was just straight garbage. What the clown was she thinking? That promo right there made me not even want to see Brandi even back in the ring, period. I don't even want to see a cover promo. Listen, folks. Everybody talks a lot about how AEW struggles with the representation of black people. We ain't talking about everybody else because people talk about diversity and all. Let's just talk. Let's be open with it. The representation of black folk in AEW could be a lot better. That right there set us back. It set us way back. This hot garbage promo, she's... I really don't have anything else to say. Because I was already saying that the show was hot garbage. This segment alone just made the show go even more downhill. And I was looking forward to Jade and Thunder. I said, we haven't even got Jade and Thunder yet. And this girl gonna go out there and cut a promo as if she's trying to get brownie points from everybody. I say, what in the bed wench was she? What was she doing? What was she thinking? What was she? I don't want to see Brandi Rhodes on TV ever again. She could do her television show, fine. Do that TV show, that's great. Rose to the top, that's fine. I don't want to see her in television role ever again. I tried my best to hang in there with Brandi. I really did. But that promo alone said, that's it. No. No. Miss Rhodes. Well, I'm old. And y'all already know how I feel about the B word anyway. I told you I don't like women calling themselves female dog, period. I don't care how much they think it's cool to call themselves that. You just basically she disrespected herself by calling herself what white supremacists call black women on the regular basis. She called herself that. I'm going there now. I got to go there with this one. She just called herself what white supremacists think of black women on a regular basis. She said, I am a... I was like, who okayed that? TK. If she came to you and told you that she was going to go out there and say that, you should have stopped her and said, don't you dare go out there and do that. But the fact that you okayed that buffoonery, that was buffoonery to the highest order. That was straight buffoonery. I've been one of the cats that's been doing my best to come to her aid when cats come at her for the wrong reasons. But tonight, oh no. That right there made me don't want to see Brandi Rhodes on television ever again. I'm sorry. Everybody be complaining about AEW don't know how to represent black folk, right? That's a prime example right there. That's a prime example. That is a prime example. Utter garbage. So, as the three of them was finna gain up on her, Dusty Rhodes came out and they end up jumping him. Boy, I don't know, man. I really was like, what in the world was TK and them thinking? To tell her that, hey, you go out there and say that because you're going to sound very edgy. You're going to sound cool. No, she sound like a straight bed wench. That's what she sound like. She sound like a buck dancing woman. That's what she sound like. I'm being 1,000% with you. I've been telling y'all, the moment AEW started doing some buck dancing stuff, I was going to call them out on it. And that was straight buck dancing to the highest order. Don't tell me it wasn't. But she agreed to that buffoonery and went out there and said that stupid stuff. Well, listen, man. Look, I'm not even done. Let me go ahead and talk about this. So we got a video package. They're trying to hype up the mess out of Heyman versus Danielson 2. And they're basically trying to say that with these judges, we don't know the motives of the judges. And if it does come back down to a draw, the judges could make a vital decision. And it could affect the whole meaning of what it means to actually be an AEW World Champion. They really doing their best to try to hype this match up. It is what it is. I'm looking forward to it, but it is what it is. All right, folks. The match that I was really looking forward to. Brandi done killed my vibe, and I'm trying to see this. I'm trying to see Miss Jay Cargill because everybody. I don't know how y'all feel, but I want to see my girl Jay Cargill eventually win the AEW Women's Championship, not the TBS title. I'm going to say this. I know a lot of people don't think so. I personally feel, for me, this was by far Jay Cargill's best match yet. And she still needs a lot of work when it comes to wrestling. The reason why I'm going to say that is because Thunder Rosa, now y'all know how she wrestles. Oh, and let me go ahead and talk about it. Now, you know Jay looks like Storm, right? Well, Thunder Rosa came out there dressed up looking like Wolverine. She had a Wolverine outfit on with his claws that he has. I said, okay, I get it. It's basically Storm versus Wolverine. It's two X-Men fighting each other. That's basically what it was. It was pretty tight. Thunder Rosa slowed her pace down. I got to give her props. She slowed her pace down to work off of Jade's ability, whatever she was able to do. And with that, she made Jade look even more dominant. Even though Jade was struggling. Now, what I'm going to say this is because the storyline of this matchup was Jade's leg. Thunder injured her leg, and that was the storyline. So the fact that Jade can really be as dominant as she wanted to be is because Thunder injured her leg. I said if it was anything I was going to pay close attention to, it was going to be this match. And I'm going to tell you the truth. Jade still needs wrestling work. She still needs it. I'm not going to sit up here and say that you need to put the title on Jade. Heck to the freaking no. No. She ain't ready for no championship. She not. But I'm going to say this. Kudos to Thunder Rhodes for doing what she was supposed to do. Now, the one thing I did not see coming. Now, I knew somebody was going to interfere. I'm thinking it's going to be Jamie or something. Some masked girl came running out there and basically whacked Thunder Rosa in the head. So Thunder Rosa was knocked out cold. Because Mark Sterling was distracted the referee, so she was able to do it. So then Jay does a moveset. Match over 1, 2, 3, and there you have it, folks. The finals is set. Ruby Soho versus Jay Cargill for the TBS title, which I called it. I said that's what it was going to be. Here you have it. I had Red Velvet, but just Red got knocked out. I said, give me Ruby versus Jay Cargill. Now I've seen a lot of buffoons online, upset, mad, talk about. Listen, folks, listen to me. People are going to be mad regardless. Anytime we on the show, people are going to be upset. Let's just call it for what it is. Our appearance just makes people mad. It's unfortunate, but that's just how it is. We show up, cats just get afraid, cats get mad. I'm just calling for what it is. When everything was said and done, Jade in the ring, the young lady who did, whack Thunder, she reveals who she was, and it just so happened to be Mercedes Martinez. And I said, Lord knows I didn't see that. I said, wasn't she just at Impact? She was just at Impact. Now she's in AEW. I'm going to tell you this. This is going to benefit Jay Cargill at the end of the day. Because Mercedes is just as tall as Jade, but she can wrestle. So this is going to benefit Jade to the fullest to get to where we all want her to be in a year from now. Every single one of us want Jay Cargill to be one of the best wrestlers on the planet. Because if you look, like I keep saying, look at her physique. I'm telling you, she got everything, yo. It's just the wrestling ability. But like I said, this match basically for me was all about the story. Jay Cargill is moving on. So after that, both Mercedes and Jay started beating the brakes off of Thunder, right? Then who comes out with a pole? Ruby Soho. Chase him off. And she's standing over there so they let you know what's going to happen. I seen fools online upset thinking Jay Cargill is going to win the TBS championship. You a dang fool if you think Jay's winning. I don't give a crap. I don't care how much the pressure's on TK to eventually put a title on one of us. She ain't winning that championship. I'm just telling you because she's not ready. She ain't ready. I'm being 1,000% with you. I'm keeping it a buck. She's not ready for no titles. She ain't. And listen, I thought this was Jay's best match yet, but she still ain't ready for no championships. I know my main man, shout out to my homeboy, Mr. Reek. I know he want Jay to get the championship, but no, she ain't ready, bro. She is not ready. If you go back and watch that match, you can clearly see the difference. Because I told you, Thunder slowed her pacing down. Thunder wrestles completely quicker than when she normally wrestles when she wrestled Jay Cargill. I watched plenty of Thunder Rosa's matches, and she's a very fast wrestler. Very fast. She slowed down just to make Jay Cargill look good. So that's a kudos to Thunder Rosa. This is what Thunder Rosa is one of the best in the game. This is why I can't wait to see her dethrone Britt Baker. I can't wait. I have no problem with what took place. I just didn't see Mercedes Martinez. So for me, this is by far the best segment on the whole show. Even though the match itself, the wrestling match itself, wasn't the best. I'm not finna sit up here and say that the match was off the chain. No, it wasn't. But the story that was being told, I love that. And the result, excellent. Now, I can't wait to see what takes place after the match next week. Because wrestling Twitter, especially Black Wrestling Twitter, hey, listen, it's going to be funny. I can't wait. I can't wait to look at the tweets and everybody going crazy. I can't wait. I can't wait, man. But like I said, excellent storyteller. Excellent. And kudos to TK for getting Mercedes Martinez. So that was excellent. Now, CM Punk addresses the Jacksonville crowd. Daily's Place. He said, I wasn't here when my good buddy, the late Brody Lee, he loved this place and he loved you all and he was an excellent friend and he checked all those idiots that was online that was being disrespectful because there was a bunch of clowns. I told you, man, the fools in the IWC are crazy. That man dissed all of them. He dissed every single one of them. So after that, he tied the internet trolls into MJF and he talked about how MJF, what did he say? He said, this is TK's biggest waste of money since Tim Tebow, which was a shot at, Jacksonville, you know what I'm saying, when they picked Tebow up and it didn't work out. You know what I'm saying? But he said, listen, since that boy is gunning for the championship, well, look, mostly what you thought I was just going to come in and just be chopped liver. No, I want the championship myself too. So if the fact that I had to be the one to stop you from getting it, so be it. But since you're afraid because you talk about you was out there trying to out-wrestle folk when you had your running shoes on. He said, listen, I don't care how long I'm be in this ring. I don't care how long you be in this ring. Nobody's going to out-talk me. Nobody's going to out-wrestle me as long as I'm in this ring. I'm the best. Basically what he said. Basically said MJF is tough. Calling his bluff. So, decent promo. Now, I like this part. Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs called out Dante Martin. And they said we got unfinished business with them. He said, when you eliminated me from the Diamond Battle Royale match, I said, I'm bound to get my revenge on you. And he said, you talk about you want to tangle up again with Powerhouse Hobbs? Well, you remember the last time y'all went at it. Powerhouse Hobbs is like, what did he say? He said something. I forgot what he said, but it was so cool, man. I said, let me tell y'all something. Powerhouse Hobbs, man, I can't wait to see him become AEW World Heavyweight Champion. I can't wait. Because the young man got the look. Listen, if it's two people in AEW I root hard for, it's Jay Cargill and Powerhouse Hobbs. I root the heck for them. What? Yeah. Okay. One, why? Because they look like me. Two, because I see the most potential in the both of them. That both of these two could be mega stars in the wrestling business moving forward. And I see it. When I saw that young man, he just, that look, like, I was like, I said, man, this is what I'm talking about, man. I said, man, TK, man, whatever you got to do, get my man right. Whatever you got to do, get him right, bro. So we get ready to get the rematch whenever that time is. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Dante Martin. So, obviously Dante's going to win this time. That's going to happen, but, it is what it is. Hikaru Shida, she responds to Miss Serena Deeb. She the one playing. She just said, what? You said that I cheated? You said that it wasn't fair and all this stuff? She said, woo, look, you talking all this buffoonery, right? You want me again? You named the place, and you got the match. Just bring it because I'm going to beat you again. Listen, she called the bluff. Shida is talking. Look, Shida backing it up. Serena, what you got? Basically what she said is what you got. The one thing I got to say about tonight, though, even though this was a garbage episode, TK has definitely, the one thing the positive, if it's one positive, we got multiple women's segments tonight. I got to give him that. he's definitely putting forth an effort by trying to get the girls to where they need to be. So if it's one positive I can take away from this show, it's the girls coming up. That is the one thing with the multiple different segments that we had tonight. Excellent. That was great. Tony Schiavone is in the ring. Brian Pillman Jr. addressing what's happened to his crew, how Malachi Black has been getting over by Mason Julia Hart, taking out his homeboy Griff Garrison. Took the mic from the man. He said, listen, you might be able to run, you might be able to hide, but I'm Brian Pillman Jr., and I may have not known my dad, but this is unacceptable, and I'm going to get my hands on you, and all this, woo-woo this, woo-woo that. You know, next thing you know, lights go off. Malachi Black pops up, takes his mask off. Then lights go off. He disappears. So next week on Dynamite, we getting Malachi Black versus Brian Pillman Jr. Brian Pillman Jr. is about to be the next victim. He's about to House of Black every member of what they call the Varsity Blondes. So that's that. Now, I saw this. I put my head down because I already know the result. We getting Anthony Bowens, Max Caster versus Sting and Darby on Rampage. You know, man, listen. I sound like Max Caster now. Man, I want these cats to win, but you know they're not. You know they're taking the L. I'm saying, man, if FTR can cost them, I would be fine, but you know they're not, because then we got to get another match of FTR. Boy. They called them out. They said, we're going to beat you up, you're going to beat this up, we're going to beat you up, and all that stuff. Then they responded and said, yeah, we'll just see y'all at Rampage. That's basically what the promo was. You know, basically they just tried to hype up the match. That's all it was. But I just said, no, man. I said, I want to see these cats, the Acclaim, get victories on Dynamite, on Rampage. Not Elevation and not Dark. But you know, it is what it is. So, main event. Red Dragon, Adam Cole versus Best Friends, Orange Cassidy. It was actually a decent trios match. But the storyline is always the best part. What took place right towards the end of the match. Colorado was trying to kick one of the members of the Best Friends, the OC. He accidentally kicked Adam Cole. And basically that's what took Adam Cole out the match. So Bobby Fish went to check on him. Then the Best Friends, they did their movesets on Colorado. They thought the match was going to be done. Young Bucks came out to save the day. They sweet chin music, both. Oh, sweet chin. Well, that's what it is. Super kick. They super kicked both members of the Best Friends. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish do their movesets on both of them. Kyle O'Reilly gets the pinfall. First victory on AEW Dynamite. And that is how this episode goes off. So they go over to check on Adam Cole and everything. And I told you, the tension is building. It's the one thing I'll take away from this. It is tension. It's tension with Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, the Bucks, and Bobby Fish is just sitting in the middle. We're going to find out more as we move on to the next year. So this is what I say. As we about to move over to TBS, this is how you want to go off. Excuse me. This is how you want to go off. I told y'all, I do not want to come on here and dog the mess out of AEW. But when you put on buffoonery like what you tried to put on tonight, and call it an outstanding show. Excalibur, Tony Schiavone, they did everything in their power to try to hype up and act like everything was off the chain when we know dang well it wasn't. It was not. I was like, man, what are y'all doing? Lackluster like a mug. Utter garbage. I'm like, if I want to watch garbage, I'd rather watch WWE. And you know how garbage they are. I'm very disappointed in AEW. I am, because I hate doing this. I hate coming on here having to dog the mess out of them. But when it's called to dog the mess out of them, I'm a dog. I don't play. To my AEW faithful, some of y'all gonna have to understand. Listen, I know y'all swear a lot of y'all really don't interact with me because you understand this is how I am. I'm a realist when it comes to this wrestling stuff. I told you before I actually became a hardcore wrestling head, I was a casual. I was one of those people that would watch it here and there. I wouldn't watch it all the time. I'll watch it on special occasions because a lot of times I was out working, so I really didn't have time to watch. But the fact that AEW brought me back and turned me back into how I used to be back in the day, I said, okay, cool. 2 years in, we're moving on to year 3, and you go off like that. You go off as if you really have no desire to book a decent show. I get a decent show. This show wasn't decent at all. This show was hot garbage. This show was chilling in the trash can, smelling like I don't know what. And you present this out there like everything is all good. Get the heck out of here with this. This was straight filth. This was utter filth. Unreal, man. Unfreaking real. Listen, if you thought this show was off the chain, feel free to tell me that you thought this show was off the chain. Give me a valid reason why you thought the show was off the chain. I'll just tell you, just go back and listen to what I had to say, because I was fair on every point. I ain't disrespect nothing that wasn't worth not disrespecting. If it was decent, I told you it was decent. Everything I seen on this show, it was an utter fail. Utter fail. And I'm like, this is how you go off and this is where you want to ride up to the new year? We leaving TNT and we going to TBS? No, can't be me. Anyway, folks, this is your boy KCFL King Self for Life. We got one more review to do before we move over to the new year. One more final review. That's the Rampage. That's AEW Rampage this coming Friday, New Year's Eve. New Year's Smash Night 2. Hopefully this show is 1,000% better than this crap that we had tonight. Because this was utter crap. I don't care what nobody got to say. Utter. Anyway, if you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. Since I can't see the dislike button no more, it is what it is. But if you thought what I was saying was 100% accurate, you make sure you hit that like button. This your boy KCFL King Self for Life. I'm gone.